What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Everything AMG. My name's Joe, and today we're going to be talking about the running cost of a Mercedes C63 AMG. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today obviously we're going to be talking about the running costs of a Mercedes C63 AMG. Now, you already know what car I drive. I have a W204 C63 AMG Coupe on a 2014 reg. Before I get into the actual running costs of this vehicle, I just want to talk about the different price ranges for the C63 now. The value of the C63 has dropped quite a lot, which has now made it more affordable to a wider range of people. If you're looking at getting a 2007 to 2011 Mercedes C63 Pro facelift, I mean, it only comes in the saloon or the estate. I've had a look, I've done my research. I mean, they're coming in at around £16,000 up to about £20,000 you can pay for a pre-facelift now, but that all depends on mileage, spec, etc. Then of course we have the facelift version, which is like what I drive. This is where they introduced the coupe. So now obviously you get the saloon, the coupe and the estate car in the facelift version. The facelift version starts at around about £20,000 for a half decent sort of like mileage car now. But you can be paying anything up to £30,000 for a very low mileage C63 AMG facelift. Then we have the C63 507 edition. Now I've done some research online and looked about. They're coming in anywhere between £30,000 to £40,000 now. The price of them has shot up massively. Which brings me to my next point. I mean, if you really want to pay that much extra for an uprated engine, vents in the bonnet, and a slightly different interior, featuring like the carbon fibre effect, which comes more or less as standard on the C63 507 edition, I mean, that's the car to go for. Personally, I wouldn't do that, because if you can go and pick up a facelift C63 coupe, something like what I've bought, for like 20 grand, for about another £5,000, you can more or less do your car up to look like a 507 edition. The only thing you won't have is the uprated engine. And then of course we come to the most ridiculously priced one, which not many of us can afford, but it is there, the C63 AMG Black Series. Now, dream car for me, always wanted one of these cars. Will I own one? I don't know, because obviously they stopped making them around 2012. It's only a certain amount made. They are going up in value, and obviously people are driving around them, so that means the mileage is just going to go up and up and up, and they're just getting older as well. So, I mean, they're coming in between like £90,000 to £140,000. That's the most expensive one I've seen, and that had about 15,000 miles on it. Personally, I'm more than happy with just the ordinary C63 AMG Coupe. Anyway, let's get into the actual running costs of a C63. Now, this is my daily. I don't know if you guys watching this use yours as a daily, but I use mine as a constant daily. So my fuel economy is shit. I ain't gonna lie, it's crap. So I'm putting anything between £100 to £150 a week into this car, which a lot of people can't afford, which I would highly recommend looking into that. If you're thinking about buying one of these, like, check to see if you can afford that. Obviously not everybody's going to use this as a daily car. A lot of people will just use it as a weekend car, which you'll get away with not using that much fuel, unless of course you've got a heavy foot. So, I mean, definitely look into that before you think about buying one of these. Next, we've got insurance. Now, insurance is going to differ between age, location, that's like history, your insurance history. My insurance in this car should have been £1,500 a year. Now, I'm 29 years old. Not gonna lie, I've had points as well. I've just found out, funny enough, yesterday I've got more points than I knew I actually had. But yeah, like, my insurance should have been £1,500 because I had a couple of accidents last year. Not in this car, in my previous car. My insurance for this car now a year is £2,750, which is ridiculous. But I'm not being funny. Dream car, you love the car, you're going to pay it, and you regardless. But once again, another one of them things to think about. Check your insurance before you buy one of these cars. Just go on Auto Trader, go on eBay, find a registration, whack it in, get some quotes before you go ahead with it. Even ring the insurance companies and tell them you have not bought this car yet, you're going to buy this car, like, can I keep this quote? This quote isn't going to change once I've purchased it. make sure you do your like you investigate this a little bit and do your research a little bit, and actually make sure your insurance is not going to shoot through the roof when you buy one of these cars. Next one is tyres, and trust me, these cars eat through tyres like you would not believe. I think I've had this car now since August, and I've actually got through 3 sets of tyres since August last year. And I don't get me wrong, I drive fast, but I don't burn my car out. I don't wheel spin it. I don't donut it. I don't do any of that sort of shit, and it just eats tyres. Like at the minute, I'm running Michelin PS4S's on it, and they are not cheap. They come in at like a set now. Well, funny enough, actually, Quick Fit were doing a bit of a deal the other day. They were doing a set of 4, fitted, supplied and fitted, come to your house and supply and fit. I think someone, I saw it on Facebook, someone put it on there, one of the AMG groups. £550. Now, that is a bargain. That's a proper bargain. But normally, if you was to go and buy these tyres from like normal retail, that sort of thing, you're looking around like £700 just for a set of tyres, probably a little bit more, plus your fitting. So you've got to be like sensible about how you drive these cars sometimes, because I'm not being funny, going through that sort of money every single, like, well, however much you drive the car, obviously it depends, but I mean, like, having that sort of bill just for tyres is ridiculous. So, and not just that, you can't put budget tyres on these cars. For all you people out there driving around in these cars with budget tyres on, you do not deserve to own one of these cars, because that's just ridiculous. Now, road tax. It is in the highest band of road tax. Not cheap. I don't pay mine up front, road tax, because obviously if I decide to sell the car and all that sort of thing, I can't wait for a refund to come back. So I put mine on a monthly. My road tax on this car is £50 a month. Now that's, once again, doesn't seem like a lot of money, but it adds up. So like towards the end of the year, you've got like a £600 road tax bill you've paid. It does add up, and it's not cheap. A lot of people buy these cars and don't realise how much you need to service this car. You need to look after this car. Regular oil changes, gearbox and engine. Brakes constantly need to be looked after as well. All that sort of thing. Now, if you're anal and you want your car looked after by MERCEDES-BENZ, personally I don't recommend it, because I think MERCEDES-BENZ, just because of the name, they're not good. I mean, I've had warranty work done on this car with MERCEDES-BENZ, which I spoke about in one of my previous videos, and they're crap. And they charge a fortune. I think a service A is like £900, and that is oils. But I mean, and then most of it, if you go on their website, I'll leave the link down below. If you go on their website and go on there, you can get a quote if you put your registration in, that sort of thing. And yeah, just like a service A is £900 or so, and then obviously service B, a bit smaller, is £500. You can get the oil changes and that done a lot cheaper. Like, engine oil change you can do yourself for like £200 if you're willing to do that, or a normal garage will do it for that sort of money. It's not expensive, especially if you supply your own oil. Now, gearbox oil change is a bit more tricky. These are pressure filled gearboxes, so you can't just drain the gearbox outside of the middle of the road and then expect to just fill it up through like somewhere at the top of the engine bay. This needs to be on a ramp, this needs to be put up in the air, you need to drain the gearbox, you need to change the filter, you need to change the washers, you need to do a lot of stuff basically, and it's got to be done properly. And on top of that, you then need to pressure fill the gearbox, which not many people have the equipment to do that with. Now, if you don't pressure fill these gearboxes, you're going to run into a big problem. So I would highly recommend, if you're not going to go MERCEDES-BENZ, go to a garage, check they've got the right equipment first before you go and book in for a gearbox oil service, and then you'll be totally fine. But yeah, I mean, like, you shouldn't be paying any more than about £300 or so for a gearbox oil service. Now, brakes on this car, once again, astronomical and ridiculous. MERCEDES-BENZ charge about £1,870 to change all the discs and all the brake pads all around on the car.
What the fuck?
Just to buy the stuff, just to buy the equipment from MERCEDES-BENZ to do the job is £900. Now, once again, if you've got some mechanical history, if you know how to change brakes on a car, you can do it yourself. They're not electronic, they're just your ordinary sort of braking system, so you can do this yourself. I mean, Euro car parts, I'm pretty sure, front discs and pads, rear discs and pads, about £600, £550, something like that. If you look online, look on eBay, that sort of thing, you're going to find them cheaper. You're going to find it a lot cheaper. Personally, I only go with OE. I don't put anything else on my cars. So I can't remember now the name of the, I think it's the, oh, I can't remember if it's the back or the front. One of them's Brembo and the other one is something else. Believe it or not, they've got two different lots of what's the name, equipment on the back and the front. But yeah, one's Brembo, one's something else. But I mean, try Euro car parts, a lot cheaper, exactly the same stuff, OEM. You can't really go wrong. Another thing to think about, these cars are not perfect. Once again, in one of my previous videos, I've spoken about the many faults that they suffer with. So if you've got the money and you really don't want that massive repair bill if your car goes wrong, I would fully recommend getting extended warranty from Mercedes-Benz. I know I just slagged Mercedes-Benz off, but to have their extended warranty, it's a battle when something goes wrong with the car, but to have that extended warranty is a lifesaver. This car's had over £9,000 worth of warranty work done it since I bought it back in August. Now, if I didn't have extended warranty on this car, I would not be paying that sort of bill to put this car right. I would have sold the car. So for £1,600, I think it is for 12 months, and then I think it's just over £2,000 for 24 months. No brainer. £9,000 bill, £1,600 bill. What you're going to pay. Now I know some people are going to say, well, you didn't talk about like financing on this car and that sort of thing. This car's 7 years old. It's affordable. Do you know what I mean? I don't finance vehicles. I don't take credit out. I don't do nothing like that. So I paid outright for this car. If you want to check out financing options, that sort of thing, that's something you need to do yourself. Obviously, I have done no investigation work on that sort of stuff. So that's something you're going to need to check out yourself. And there you go, guys. That sort of wraps up the sort of running costs that go along with this. That go with this vehicle. As I said, you've got to think about it before you buy one of these. Just because the buying price now is attractive doesn't mean the running price of these cars is low. It's still a high performance engine. It was still a £70,000 Mercedes when it first came out. So you've got to expect it's still going to cost money to look after. Now I hope I haven't scared any of you guys off, because these are a fantastic car. You don't get bored. I'm not being funny. I've had one since August. I still get in this car, start it up, and I still have a smile on my face when I drive down the road. So I really hope I haven't scared none of you guys off with this running cost video. Hit that like and subscribe button, guys. I am aiming to upload content every single week. Has been a bit hard with COVID. There's a lot of rules and regulations. I can't film in certain places and go to certain places at the minute. Every time I do, I get told to go away. So I am doing my best. But as I said, hit that like and subscribe button, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.